Alright, so I'm going to show how to replace the battery on this late 2013 15-inch MacBook Pro model A1398. So first what you're going to need is a pentalobe 1.2 or a P5 screwdriver. And then you'll also need a T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. Right, so first we're going to remove all the pentalobe screws from the bottom. Keep the screws in order because they are different size, shapes, and lengths. The way I do that is I just put it in this layout that I remove it. So if it's in this rectangular shape, I just put them on my desk in that rectangular shape. So somebody worked on this MacBook before, I can tell, because they actually have the wrong screws in the wrong spot already. But basically what you want is these two screws are the shorter of the few. Okay. Again, I can actually tell that somebody opened this up because they put the screws in the wrong spot. So keep that in mind. There is a specific place for the screws, and it can actually cause damage to the Mac or the computer if you put them in the wrong spots. Let me turn off that. Okay, hopefully it's not going to keep beeping unless somebody sends some more messages. Alright, so just remove all the screws. There's 4 along the front, 4 along the back, and then there's 2, 1 on either side. Alright. Okay, once you remove all the screws, just pull the back cover off. Just grab the back here, like this, where the hinge is, and then you kind of wiggle and pull it up. And there you go, we got this cover off. I am going to clean this because it's really dusty inside, and I don't want to breathe all that in while I'm working on it. So I'm going to clean that up, and I will be back. Alright, I'm back. So I cleaned out the dust, and now we're going to get the battery out. Okay, so I use this tool. A lot of people use different types of tools, but I have this flat tool, and then I bent it on accident, not on purpose, but since it has like this slight curve, I use it this way, so that way when I scrape under, it doesn't have risk of puncturing the battery. So anyways, this is one of the slightly more difficult ones just because the speakers are in the way. So we're going to have to remove the 2 T5 screws on both speakers. Okay, so I'll remove the 2 screws like this. Alright, again, keep the screws in order because they are different size, shapes, and lengths. You don't want to get them mixed up and then risk damaging your computer. Alright, just like that. Take all the screws out. Okay, once we do that, what I'm going to do is turn the MacBook like this and then pull the speaker up. Usually this is dirty, so I get a toothbrush and I clean this off. Okay, just get a toothbrush, clean that off just like that. Alright, same thing on the other side. Pull this up. Okay, just like this. Alright, just like that, and then clean that speaker off. This little piece I think is like the air intake for the speaker, and it's always covered with dust. Alright, there we go. Okay, so once you do that, we're going to have to remove this, the battery packs. We're going to scrape up the adhesive. So I turn it on its side like this. Alright, I don't know if it will help to zoom in at all. Probably it will make it worse. I might need a darker colored thing of this, but I don't have a good anti-static one that's like this. I can maybe use, let me see if this kind of foam will tear up. That's why I'm not using it. I would prefer to use it. I mean, I have a lot of stuff that's, I don't know, it's pink. It just happens to be pink. I didn't get it pink because I like pink, so in case anyone's wondering. But anyways, so this might help make it more visible because the backdrop is too white. So yeah, this actually helps. So I'll see if I can change the padding to this. I'm not sure if this is as good of an anti-static material, but we'll use that. I get a lot of stuff packed in this kind of thing, so yeah. Alright, so anyways, let's get underneath the battery, and we're going to scrape this out. I'm going to use this foam here. Alright, so you just get the tool, and you just scrape underneath, just like this. Okay, some people use rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol to help remove this, but I don't like putting liquids in there. There is some water in isopropyl alcohol, and that can cause stuff to short out, and I don't want to risk shorting things out. Okay, so that's why I don't use any liquids or anything to remove this. I just scrape the adhesive just like this. Okay, so once you get that piece up, you can go underneath. You don't have to hold up the speaker anymore. And then you can scrape underneath here. All right, just like that. Okay, it's getting stuck. All right, and we're just gonna scrape underneath the entire battery pack just like this. Okay, I can already tell this adhesive is gonna be a pain to remove. The residue is gonna be difficult to peel up just because of how difficult it is to cut through the bottom of this adhesive. Okay. All right. So you just keep doing this along the entire length of each battery pack. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Just like this. All right. And then you also want to make sure to cut up in this corner here. So I just get the tool at a diagonal like this. And usually I can't get this end, so I just kind of use the tool to kind of pry it up once I get underneath. And then I can go this way and cut the adhesive. All right, just like that. So now we got those two up. We're going to do the other side. Yeah, I need to find a better kind of mat for this. Let's see here. Do this. All right, same thing with this side. Get the tool underneath and just scrape. All right. All right, same thing. Continue going all the way down. And you want to be careful not to break these speakers, because to replace these speakers, you have to take the whole motherboard out. I've done videos for that, so if you need help changing the speakers, you can look for that video. If you can't find it, feel free to write a comment below and I'll try and find it for you. All right. All right, so I think that's that whole battery pack. There we go. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and scrape this one. Okay. Jeez, that adhesive is tough. Okay, I'm gonna go down from this side first. Sorry if my head gets in the way. Okay. Just like this. All right. There we go. Okay, sorry if my head was getting in the way. All right. Oh, one thing you might want to do is actually disconnect the battery. I already turned off the Mac, but what you want to do, you can disconnect the battery. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but there's the battery connector here, and then you just get underneath and you just pull this back just like that. Okay, usually you wouldn't have it sticking up like that. You do it on your desk like this, but to show what's going on underneath, I had to do that. All right. And then another thing you can do to be safe, once you disconnect the battery, you can open it up and press and hold the power button for about 10 to 15 seconds to drain any additional power that's in the board. Usually this isn't required for removing the battery, but it's just a nice thing to do. Okay. All right, and then another thing, we're gonna remove the, oh, it looks like they got liquid under here. So we're gonna remove the two screws here. These are also T5 screws. Okay, so we'll remove the two screws underneath the battery. Okay, just like this. I probably should have mentioned this earlier. If you do end up messing up and puncturing the battery while it's plugged in, it can be risky, so I probably should have mentioned to disconnect the battery first. Hopefully you guys watched this video through before you kind of just started working on it. It's always a good idea to watch the video before you start doing it, just in case, because sometimes I work on this stuff so much and then I forget to like mention certain things in case some people do it not as good or mess up. So normally you don't have to disconnect the battery if you do this properly, but to be safe, it's a good idea to disconnect it. All right, so now we're going to remove this the two middle packs. These ones are kind of a little tricky because if you look, let me see if I can show this. If you look underneath, okay, you'll see that it's raised up here. So there's the trackpad section that's raised up, and you need to have the tool go slightly above to be able to pry this out, okay? But once you get that idea, then you can just go ahead and start prying this thing. And another thing, you want to pry slightly towards the front, because if you pry too far over to this side, you can actually damage the keyboard and trackpad cables that are underneath here, okay? If you've done this a lot and you know how to control the tool that you're working with, then you can kind of risk going like straight across. But just to be safe, it's always good to kind of angle the tool slightly towards the front, okay? Just like that. All right. And you can see as I slide the tool through, you can actually see it come through to the middle here. And then I just pull the tool back out. If you're wondering, this isn't a knife, it's not sharp. This is basically a frosting spatula. When I bought it, I actually bought this on eBay, and the person told me that this was actually used for like at a pharmacy for basically counting the pills and stuff. So this is actually not for frosting. And the difference is the frosting spatulas are a bit thicker. So if you do get a frosting spatula to try and do this, you might have to use what do you call, a file to just sand it down. I'll show you what I mean. I bought a frosting one trying to look for like a similar tool like this to get a backup just in case. And what I bought was this. It looks very similar, but it's much thicker. It's hard to see it in the camera, but it's a much thicker blade, probably like 2 or 3 times the thickness. So I just took a file and I filed this down, and now this one is super thin. But yeah, but I prefer using this. So I don't know where you can find these. If you can somehow find one of these tools, then I recommend using this. It works a lot better. Okay. All right, so we're gonna lift that up, and then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay. And this requires somewhat of a bit of strength to push the tool through. Okay. It would actually help if this tool that I have was a slightly bit longer, like maybe a centimeter. Okay. There we go. All right, I think we're good. All right, so now we got all of the battery packs loosened up. So now we're gonna lift this up just like this. Lift up all the battery packs at the same time. Okay, and then we're gonna pull this forward. Oh, there is a little bit adhesive down there, so you do want to get the tool and then kind of scrape under there. Oh, people are messaging me again. Okay, just like that. Sorry, and then once you get all of that up, you can lift this and pull this out. So you can see there's the adhesive I was talking about. All right, so now we can set this old battery aside. All right, let me turn off those notifications. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so now we just need to peel off this adhesive stuff. So you just scrape it up, and then if you can get it to roll up enough, you can actually grab a piece of it and you can slowly peel it off. All right, so this one's actually peeling off quite nicely. Oh, nope, spoke too soon. Oh, there we go. Okay, just like that. So actually this adhesive is coming out not too bad. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm getting off the adhesive from my tool because it's making it harder to scrape this stuff when everything is stuck to it. Okay. Alright, and just keep continuing. Get some of the adhesive up and then peel it back, just like that. Okay. Just do this through the entire thing. There we go, just like this. Go. Usually these middle ones are a bit more difficult. They get shred up a lot more. I'm not sure why. And normally when I work on this, I have my head over the top so it's easier to see. The way I'm sitting right now, it's like doing a weird reflection, so it's hard for me to see. I can actually see it clearer in the camera. Peel that up. And here's the cable I was talking about. That's for the trackpad. So hopefully you didn't damage that cable in the process of trying to remove the battery. If you did, then you will have to pull this metal plate off. There's an adhesive holding it down as well. And then once you peel that up, you can get to the cable and replace it. So. Getting there. There's a lot of residue left behind on this. Alright, just like this. Oh no, I'm gonna get more messages. Let me pause that again. Alright, sorry about that. This one guy that keeps messaging me, he's probably gonna keep messaging me again. He likes to send a million messages. Anyways, hopefully I need to hurry up and finish this so that I don't have to keep getting up and pausing it. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, I need to pause that before the messages keep beeping again. Oh my god, he's not stopping messaging. Okay, let me try and finish this. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully that stops the messages. I don't know, he likes to send me like 500 million messages until I respond. Okay. Alright, we're almost there. Continue peeling this stuff up. Almost there. Alright, we got the last bit of the adhesive off that we need to get out. I'll clean up this random residue. Okay, so now we just get the replacement battery. Okay, hopefully that's in view. Alright. The replacement battery, it'll usually come like this. There's a plastic on top that keeps these battery packs in place, and then this is to remove the adhesive. So you can check, you can test fit it like this, make sure everything looks good, okay? And then once you make sure that everything looks good, you can go ahead, lift this up, and then you can peel this adhesive protecting away. Okay, throw that in the trash. All right. Then as you can see, this adhesive helps hold the battery packs in place while you go ahead and slide that in. Then you want to line up the screw holes here. I'm going to have to stick my head in the way, but hopefully you get the point. Okay, there you go. Drop that in. Push these packs down. Okay, make sure everything is nice and tight. We're going to put back the screws now. Okay, so there's the 2 screws for the control board for the battery. All right, just tighten them down. All right, just like that. All right, and then we'll get the 2 screws for each speaker. We'll put those back. All right. Just like this. If you want, you can actually test the battery before putting the adhesive down, but I already stuck it on, so hopefully everything should be okay. We're gonna go ahead and tilt this up here so I can show. You want to get the top part of this battery connector in place. Usually that's the hardest. Once you get that in, then you can go ahead and push the whole thing down. All right, if you want, you can get the sticker that was on top of here. Oh my God, that guy keeps messaging me. Okay, get that, okay. If you want, like I was saying, you can peel off this sticker. Oh my God. Okay, then you can peel this sticker off and you can transfer this over to the new battery. Okay, just like this, line it up and drop it on. There we go. Okay, then you want to test it before you peel this off, but I mean, it should already be working. So I'm going to peel this off. Okay, if the battery's bad, I'm going to have to pry it out anyway, so we'll just peel this off. Okay, we'll put this cover back on. And then the one thing I like to do after installing the new battery, let me switch the tool back. Okay, yeah, I need to do something about this padding. I need to like tape it down or something. All right, oops, too far. Okay, so now we're gonna put back these pentalobe screws. So normally you would test this before putting it all back together, but I'm just going to put it back together for the video. Alright. Just like this. Alright, so what I like to do after replacing any components on the Macs is to do a PRAM and then also an SMC, or I guess SMC and PRAM reset. So I'll show you how to do that. So make sure to get all the screws in place. Okay, then what you want to do is take your charger. Okay, flip the Mac over. So you plug it in. If the battery is less than 90%, the charger should go to orange. There we go. Hopefully you can actually see. Oh, I don't know what's this stuff. Oh, these are like shortcuts. Okay, so what you want to do, interesting, it turned itself on. I'm going to shut it down. Okay, so make sure the Mac turns itself off completely. All right, and then what you want to do is SMC reset. So Control Option Shift on the left side, and then the power button. So right now the light's orange here. If you press that and you're doing the SMC reset right, it'll go to green, and then it will go back to orange, just like that. After you do the SMC reset, you'll want to do a PRAM reset, so power on the computer, and then Command Option PNR on boot. You'll see the screen, oops, let me do that again. If it didn't go right away, you can restart the computer, Command Option PNR, and then you'll see the screen come on, and then it should flash back off, and that's how you know you did the PRAM reset right. In most cases, as you can see, it'll make the chime sound go, and it should set the brightness and the volume to the max. So if you hear the chime, you know that you did it right. So there you go. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, please like and subscribe, help others find my videos. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.